Hi, and welcome to Methods in Analysis in Child Study. I'm Amy Dexter, or Dr. Dexter, and I will be leading you through understanding how we research and study child development, behavior, cognition, etc. this semester. So in this course, we're going to be looking at lots of different methods for studying people, but particularly focusing on younger participants. So there will be 1 week where we particularly focus on infants. Infants pose a particular challenge for research because of being nonverbal, also being highly influenced by the adults around them. Kids are highly influenced by the adults around them too, but we'll talk more about that as we go through. But we'll also look at methods for studying people in general. We will look at the experimental methods that people use to understand human behavior and human cognition. The goal for this class is that it is a hands-on experience for designing research, collecting, analyzing, interpreting data, and writing APA-style, American Psychological Association style research papers. My goal for this is that you will not only through this class get a better sense of or better understanding of how we study and learn what we think we know about people and human behavior, cognition, social behavior, but also it'll help you be a better consumer of the info that you're getting out there from research studies, right? You can ask the pointed questions. Wait, how did you do this? How did you find that out, right? It's really important, especially in these days, to be very critical of where your information is coming from. How do you know what you know, right? So that's some of what we're going to be doing this semester, not only by kind of trying to critique different examples of existing literature, but also by creating your own. So you can know how hard it is to come up with something that would satisfactorily answer all those questions of how do you know what you know. So this is a different format, thanks to COVID. We're all online, but part of what's going on with the format is that we're going to have some of this asynchronous and some of this synchronous. What the heck does that mean, Dr. D? So what I'm talking about here is that these lectures, I'm going to post online. You can watch them when you want. There will be weekly quizzes about the lectures and the readings. And that part you can do when it is convenient to you, when whatever fits with your schedule, right? They will be available Monday mornings. The quiz will be available until midnight on Friday night. So you can take it whenever. Quizzes will be timed, so you don't have forever to take it, but you need you can take it whenever you'd like within that space of time. Part of the reason I would time quizzes is so you can't look everything up as you do it. The goal is that you have done a little bit of study or note-taking as you're reading, so that some of that is top of your head. Not all of it. You'll have some time to look some of it up. There will be little activities to help you learn what we're talking about with the lecture that week and those quizzes. The labs or the laboratories, we have Tuesdays and Thursdays, and these are synchronous. So we'll all need to be on Zoom at the same time together. And basically the way these are going to be structured is I will have you in groups some of the time, individually others of the time, and I will give you tasks and let you do them. And I will be sitting there on Zoom to facilitate, to answer questions if you have them. I will have you in breakout groups some of the time and all together others of the time. But basically the goal is that you have a thing to get done. As soon as you're done with that thing, with that task, you're done with the class, you can leave, right? Just as if we were as a lab in real time would be, but I'm there present for you to answer questions, to help you work through things. Often when we're talking about research methodology, it makes tons of sense, and then you try to get in there and do it, right? You try to get in there with the stats, or you get on the online data management system and wait, what? What's happening? Right? So that's why I'm there. I will be sitting there ready to help in those moments. Okay. So just a minute of land acknowledgement. It's important to acknowledge the history of colonization and continued marginalization of the peoples this land originally belonged to, and this land that we work and study on. We are maybe in different parts of California, maybe not even in California, as we are studying this semester because we're all online. So I am in San Diego, and I am living and working on territory and that is traditional homelands of the Kumeyaay people. There's a link here so you can check out what the Native people's homelands you are living and working on. This is the first step for acknowledging that where we live, the way places we're situated, is has a history to it, right? It's not and it's not in a lot of cases a very pretty history. So part of um, kind of committing to not replay that history is acknowledging that we have a history that exists, and it wasn't always what we'd hope it would be. So check out the nativeland.ca cool website. All right. So introductions. I'm Dr. Dexter, Amy Dexter, Dr. D. I go by pronouns she, her, hers. And a little bit about me. I study in my research how kids learn, particularly when we are not setting things up for them to learn. So how they learn in informal kinds of spaces. So that kind of blurry picture at the top there, you can see kiddos hanging around with their moms as their moms are working with big swaths of fabric. They're actually weaving. And those kids are learning in that picture. They may be learning to weave, but they're probably learning a lot of other social things as well, right? That is fascinating to me, what kids are picking up, right? Also in the picture on the bottom there, those kids are super interested in and learning from whatever that activity is that they're doing there. They are all about making bread or cookies or whatever's going on there. One of the reasons I chose this picture is because it really brings about or really brings up one of the topics that I love about children's learning in informal spaces is that motivation. Those kids are motivated to learn. You best believe that whatever's in that bowl, it includes some sugar, right? Because they are excited about helping make that thing. The little girl's hand is like going to try to help stir, right? So that's who I am. That's what I generally research. A lot of my research is done through observation. In child development, we do observation through looking through a video camera or single one-way glass to watch kids. We can also do it with video cameras on computers and watch what kids are doing on computers. We can also, I have also done quite a bit of interviews and surveys online, and you can see an example of one of those there. Little more about me, because I like to ask folks to bring their full self to their learning. Again, if you can find a way to make your learning relevant for your life, you're more likely to remember what it is that you learned. So bring your whole self if you can. I am a runner. I also really like hiking. I like to be outdoors, and I like mountain biking. So my happy space is outside, far away from the sounds of traffic and city, and either running or biking, right? Sweating outside. That's where my happy place is. How that relates to research methods, that's a little bit more complicated, but both of those kinds of things that I enjoy doing with my free time, lots of work, but so good, so rewarding. That you got to bring that to research methods too. Tons of work, tons of prep, right? There's going to be some aches and pains here. But when you get to the end and what your kind of conclusion about what your participants said, it's all worth it. All right. So what I'd like to direct you guys to do is to take a moment on the discussion board today. This will be our activity for our first week, and introduce yourself. I give you my name. I'd ask you to give me yours. Tell me an area of interest in child development. If you have an age group of interest, a particular topic, whether you're interested in normative development or pathology. Pathology would be children that are growing up who are not fitting all the norms in terms of language development or height or mobility. Kids that are otherly abled, right? Other abled. This info may help me to place you in groups as you are working on your research project. So that might be a reason to motivate you to do this. It also helps me know you. If you have any experience in research, right? Have you done research before? Tell me a little bit about that. And something you enjoy or are good at. I told you I enjoy, and I guess I'm pretty good at running. I enjoy hiking and being outside, bike riding. So what are some things that you do to take care of yourself? Especially important these days. So go online now, turn off the video, and go check these things out. And then once you're done with that, with checking in and telling me a little bit of who you are, please take a second and review the syllabus online. Some of the questions on your quiz for this week will be about the syllabus. Okay? Look forward to meeting you through your comments on the discussion board. Thanks.